LarpTubing. For you to be watching this video, it probably means that you know what LarpTubing is. And in case you don't, LarpTubing is basically when people act like YouTubers they know or like their favorite YouTuber, they put LARP in the name of the channel and then, you know, they try to have a word play with the actual channel's name. For example, TechnoLarp or LarpNoBlade. You see it's TechnoBlade with LARP. You get the point. You're a smart individual. And then you try to get as close to them as possible, either by cosplaying them or using their digital avatar with slight changes to, you know, I actually don't know why, but yeah, you do that. That's the meta. You can have, for example, a pink Skeppy, or you can have like a blue Dream, that's a cool one, or you can have a Technoblade with a silver crown instead of a golden one. But JamesKosmo, I can hear you say with your stupid voice, what are we doing here? We already know this stuff, so let me cut to the chase, alright? Let me cut to the chase. So basically I have some moral issues with it, and people don't seem to agree with me, so let me know in the comments. I mean, my good friend Dean, shout out, agrees with me. Thank you very much, man. But in general, people from the community seem to be like unfazed by this. The reason one makes a YouTube channel is for financial reasons, basically, you know, get monetized and make money, the YouTube dough, as they say. They do it for, you know, the fame, they do it for fun, maybe, you know, as a personal diary, something like this, or I guess it can be a passion project, right? So for LarpTubing, the only logical ones are either financial or as a passion project. And here is my issue. Obviously, if it's financial, then you have the problem where you basically are making money because of somebody else. You are copying somebody else's image. And I know that at the end of the day you cannot be completely original, right? But come on, we all know what is going on here. We all know the difference between trying to be original but accidentally like taking things from other people and actively just copying them, LARPing them, on heavy quotes. So I hope we can all agree that for financial reasons it's obviously just wrong and disgusting and a disgrace to humanity, so please stop it. And in my opinion, even if the person that you're LARPing has given you permission to do it, it's still wrong for me because you are destroying the platform. But that's maybe a topic for another video. For example, TechnoLarp has previously said that he does not make any money from this. I do not know if that's gonna be the case in the future, but that's besides the point. I just wanted to point that out. Moving on to why I think it's morally wrong, even if you do it just for fun. So let's say that you spend 5 years of your life becoming a popular YouTuber and now somebody is LARPing you and they immediately get 20,000 subscribers. No, that's not cool, man. And let me say something, alright? If somebody is parodying you, then it's completely different. You cannot say anything. It's not morally wrong. But you see, LARPing is different than parodying. These people are not doing it, you know, as a joke. If you know what I'm saying, it's not like they're parodying the character. They're just are the characters. That's the huge difference. LARPing is not parodying. In that situation, many people would get very mad, and CaptainSauce was just in that situation and he did get very mad, and that is completely acceptable and I'm actually on his side. The guy was on this platform grinding for like 11 years, that is insane, and somebody copies them and a big part of the internet seems to be against him on that one. I do not understand. How is that a thing? Once again, if you're doing it for fun and you get permission, it's still wrong to me because you're destroying the platform, which is not cool. It's the same problem as reaction content. You're basically funneling the views to your channel instead of the original channels, which is a shitty thing to do. Now, I have heard a pretty simple counter argument which I totally disagree with, and it is that, oh, you're basically like 100 times bigger than the channel that is LARPing you. Where is the problem? You're not allowed to argue, man. In this instance, size does not matter. When people use the argument that I've stated before, they imply that channel size changes what's morally wrong or good. Obviously, your actions have a much greater impact when you have a large channel, but that does not mean that the action is good or bad depending on the size. Actions in general can be good, bad, or neutral. And I think the action of LARPing falls under the bad, no matter what the channel size is. I hope that I've communicated well enough my argument so far, but now enough with the moral issues, even though I have more of them. Let's move on to another question that I have for the LARPers. The thing that I will say was said by CaptainSauce in one of his responses to the Captain LARP guy, and it is basically, why are you copying the other person's brand? Do you not want to have your own brand? So to all the LarpTubers out there, do you not have to, you know, have your own brand? For example, JamesKosmo, right? You know it. It's the perfect brand, man. I made my own brand. Does it suck? Yes, obviously I have 100 subscribers. Please subscribe to my channel. Go, go, go. But that's besides the point. It's something on my own. I can look back to it and be proud of who I am and what I'm doing here. Obviously, this leads to other problems, maybe, you know, if you become famous and you're very attached, but that's not the issue here. The issue here is that you are basically not having your own brand. So are you guys fine with that? Do you care? Now the other thing is that the guy said, Captain Larp said that this is an homage to CaptainSauce, and I see many LarpTubers talk about this. They're like, oh, this is basically an homage. If you want to do an homage, just like make a video about them, or even a series about them. I do not know, man. What was that sound? Oh, the llama. I think it was the llama. Anyhow, I'm getting sidetracked. The thing is that if you want to make a homage to them, just, you know, make a video or even a series. I do not know, man. Just be yourself and talk about them, or be a character, be something original, and then just, you know, talk about the person that you want. You do not have to copy them to make an homage. That's just silly. Now, what I'm about to say is more targeted towards TechnoLarp, or I guess his viewers, but it implies to the others too. Why would you watch the LarpTuber when you can watch the original one? Is the reason because you miss the original one? And if that's the case, it means that they've either changed their content or they cannot upload anymore for various reasons. You have to watch out of why you're watching the content. Basically, are you consuming the content because, you know, it's fun to watch, or are you consuming it because you wish things were like they were in the past? If the latter is the case, then you're hurting yourself because you're actively lying to it. I think that a better alternative is to watch channels inspired by these people, first of all because they're at least original, and second of all because they're not lying. It's not like a Technoblade channel, it's not LARPing somebody, it's being someone that has been inspired through these YouTubers. Anyhow, nerds, I hope I've made myself clear, and to anyone that has a counter argument, please leave it in the comments. Make sure to, you know, roast me and stuff like that. But no, for real, any LarpTuber that wants, I'm open to talk about it, and yeah, let's see what happens. Subscribe, nerds!